Imagine the scenario. You wake up, grab your coffee, check your systems, and bam, your company's entire digital infrastructure is locked down, held hostage.
That's terrifying.
Every file, every custom record, all that vital data, gone. Or worse, maybe exposed online.
The fallout is just huge, financially, reputationally.
Exactly. Catastrophic losses, irreversible reputation damage. And this isn't, some sci-fi movie plot.
Oh, no, it's very real. Happens all the time.
It's a terrifying reality for organizations, big and small, happening somewhere right now.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you stop that nightmare? How do you prevent it from becoming your reality?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Especially if you're looking to get into cybersecurity or you're already in IT. How do you build that impenetrable digital fortress?
Well, that's what we're digging into today.
Exactly. We're diving deep into the crucial network protection systems, the ones that stand as the first line of defense, and the second and the third.
And hey, if you're ready to really arm yourself with these insider tips, the kind that could genuinely save your career one day, make sure you hit that like button.
Yeah, subscribe too.
Subscribe, share this deep dive. It really helps you stay connected, get all the crystal insights we unpack. We want to give you that solid grounding in defense and ethical hacking.
All right, let's unpack this then. Network protection systems. It sounds kind of broad.
It is, yeah.
What are we really talking about here? What's the core idea, and why is understanding this stuff so fundamental for someone starting out?
Right. So at its heart, a network protection system is basically any device, or software really, designed specifically to guard a network.
Guard it from what?
From unauthorized access, misuse, modification, destruction. Think of it like a castle.
Okay.
You've got multiple layers of defense.
Yeah.
Walls, moats, watchtowers, guards patrolling. It's the digital version of that.
I like that analogy.
And for anyone getting into this field, understanding these systems isn't just theory. It's about knowing the tools you'll actually use, how to spot vulnerabilities, and, more importantly, how to secure them.
And it's definitely not about just deploying one single tool, is it? You hear about how complex managing all these different security things can be.
Oh, absolutely.
Your source material mentions something called a Unified Threat Management Device, a UTM. What problem does that solve?
That's a really crucial point. The sheer number of security tools can get overwhelming fast.
Right.
They might have a separate firewall over here, an intrusion detection system there, VPN gateway, web filter. Managing all those individually.
Nightmare.
Total nightmare, especially for smaller businesses or even mid-sized ones without huge IT teams. That's exactly where UTM's Unified Threat Management devices come in. They become super valuable.
How so?
They basically consolidate multiple protection functions into one single powerful appliance. It's like the Swiss Army knife of network security. It simplifies defense. You get routing, firewall, IDS, EPS, VPN, web filtering, even malware detection, all in one box.
So it streamlines things without losing capability.
Precisely. It's an efficient way to use current network and security software effectively.
Okay, that makes sense. So let's start with maybe the unsung heroes, the ones often overlooked in security talks, routers. Most people just think of them as, the box that gets us online, our Wi-Fi. But they're much more than that for network defense.
Oh, absolutely. Routers are fundamental. They're hardware devices, and their job is to intelligently send data packets between different network segments.
Okay.
They operate at the network layer of the TCP/IP stack. You can think of that stack like layers in a cake. Each layer handles a specific communication job.
Right.
The network layer's job is getting data from one network to another. It makes best path decisions using these complex things called routing protocols.
And this is where it gets really interesting for someone thinking like an ethical hacker, isn't it? Exactly. Because even these essential devices, the ones we need just to connect, they have potential weaknesses. Your source even points out examples from big names like Cisco. So for someone learning ethical hacking, why is understanding these router bits, the components, the configuration, why does that matter so much?
It's absolutely critical.
Yeah.
Because ethical hackers have to think like the adversary. Now, we don't need to dissect every single routing protocol right now, but understanding that they exist and that how they're configured controls where your critical data flows. That's paramount.
So a mistake there is bad news.
Huge bad news. A misconfigured protocol or one that gets exploited could lead to traffic being sent the wrong way, denial of service attacks.
Or even showing an attacker your internal network map.
Precisely. It could inadvertently expose your internal network topology. So, Ethical hackers specifically target these areas. They look at router memory RAM, NVRAM, flash, ROM. They learn how to navigate the different modes: user mode, privilege mode, global config, interface config.
All the levels of control.
Right. And that knowledge isn't just for finding weaknesses. It's also for implementing strong security settings yourself, describing OS hardening for the router. It's about knowing how to conduct penetration testing on these devices to actually make them stronger.
Okay, so understanding the router, that's step one. Once data is flowing through the router, how do we get more specific, more selective about, who gets to go where and access what?
That's where access control lists, or ACLs, come in.
ACLs, I like to think of them as the bouncers at the digital club door.
That's a perfect analogy. Really good one. IP access lists are essentially those detailed rule books.
Okay.
A set of statements that explicitly say allow or deny for specific traffic trying to pass through a router's interface.
And there are different kinds.
Yep. You have standard IP access lists. Those are pretty basic. They filter just based on the source IP address, so who's trying to get in.
Simple enough.
But then you have extended IP access lists. These give you much, much finer control. They look at not just the source IP, but also the destination IP, the protocol type like TCP or UDP, and even specific application port numbers.
Ah, so you can get really granular.
Extremely granular. You can define what kind of traffic goes where and for what purpose. For example, you could use an extended ACL to block, say, all incoming web traffic to an internal server, except if it's coming from one specific admin's IP address.
Wow, that level of control is really powerful.
It is.
It lets defenders really shape the traffic flow, almost like designing a secure pathway for data.
Exactly right. It's a fundamental part of recognizing vulnerabilities that might otherwise allow unwanted access. Granular control over the network flow, a vital skill for any security pro.
Okay, building on routers and ACLs, firewalls. These are probably what most people think of first when you say network protection.
Definitely the most common term, yeah.
The literal firewalls keeping the bad stuff out, the big walls of our digital castle. But what are the key differences? You've got hardware firewalls, software firewalls. When do you use which?
Absolutely. Firewalls, whether they're dedicated hardware boxes or software running on a server or even your own computer, they have two main jobs.
Okay, what are they?
First, control all traffic coming into an internal network. Second, control all traffic leaving it.
Both directions.
Both directions. Now, hardware firewalls, they typically sit right at the edge of your network, the perimeter. They act as this broad, high-performance barrier for the whole organization.
Like the main gate.
Exactly. While software firewalls, often installed on individual computers or servers, provide specific protection for just that one machine, like a personal bodyguard for that device.
Gotcha. But what's really fascinating is that firewalls aren't just simple blockers anymore, are they? They use a bunch of different technologies inside the firewall itself.
Oh yeah, it's way beyond simple blocking now. It's a multi-layered defense even within the firewall.
Like what?
Or talking about network address translation, NAT, and port address translation, PATI.
NAT and TAT, how do they help security?
For security, NAT is huge. It basically acts as this layer of obscurity. Attackers out on the internet can't directly target devices on your private internal network because they literally can't see their internal IP addresses.
So they only see the firewall's public address.
Exactly. They're forced to interact only with that single public face. It's like having a secret backroom in your fortress. The attacker knows the front door exists, but they have no map of the inside.
That makes it way harder for them.
It significantly complicates their initial reconnaissance and any direct attack attempts. It shrinks your attack surface.
Okay, what else?
Beyond that, firewalls use basic packet filtering screening packets based on header info like protocol or IP, but they get smarter with stateful packet inspection, or SPI.
SPI? Stateful?
Yeah, stateful. SPI remembers ongoing connections. It keeps track in something called a state table.
Right.
This lets it allow only legitimate return traffic for connections that were initiated from inside.
Okay.
And it helps spot anomalies that simpler filtering might miss.
Getting smarter.
And then for even deeper checks, you have application layer inspection. This actually dives into the content of the traffic itself, looking for malicious payloads hiding inside legitimate-looking data. Much harder for bad stuff to sneak through.
Wow. Okay, so lots of layers just within the firewall. This sounds like it leads to strategic decisions about network design, too. Your source brings up the idea of a demilitarized zone, or DMZ.
Ah, yes. the DMZ.
It sounds like a buffer zone, strategically placed.
That's exactly what it is. A DMZ is a small, isolated network segment. It holds resources that need to be accessible from the internet, like your public website, your email server, maybe a customer portal.
So things people outside need to reach.
Right. And it's strategically placed between the external network, the wild internet, and your critical internal network, where all your sensitive data lives.
So it acts as a buffer.
Precisely. If an attacker manages to breach the DMZ, say they compromise your web server.
Okay.
They haven't yet reached your really sensitive internal data, your databases, your employee records. It contains the breach.
It's a key design principle then. Almost like designing physical security, but for digital assets, creating layers.
Absolutely. Layers of defense, layers of containment, very important concept.
Okay, so we've got walls with firewalls, bouncers with ACLs, buffer zones with DMZs. But what if something still gets through?
It happened.
Maybe an attacker finds a brand new vulnerability, a zero-day exploit, or they use a clever phishing email, some social engineering trick.
Right. That's where intrusion detection systems, IDS, and intrusion prevention systems, IPS, come into play. They're like the network's immune system.
IDS and IPS, what's the difference?
Okay, so an intrusion detection system, an IDS, is more like a silent alarm. It monitors network traffic, looks for suspicious activity or known attack signatures, and then it alerts the administrators. Hey, something fishy's going on here.
Okay, just an alert.
Right. Now, an intrusion prevention system, an IPS, takes it a step further. It doesn't just detect.
It stops it.
It actively tries to block or prevent the intrusion in real time. It takes action. This ability to use current security software to spot and stop threats is vital for both ethical hackers and defenders.
And there are different ways these are set up too, right? Network-based versus host-based.
Yeah.
Passive versus active.
Yeah, different deployment strategies. Network-based IDS EPS systems monitor traffic across the whole network. You usually put them at key points, like bottlenecks where lots of traffic passes.
Watching the highways.
Kinda, yeah. Host-based systems, on the other hand, live on individual computers or servers. They focus on protecting just that one host, watching its internal activity, logs, system calls.
Okay. And passive versus active.
Passive systems just alert, like the IDS, we mentioned the alarm rings, but it doesn't lock the door. Active systems, like an IPS, jump in and do something. They try to stop the threat.
How do they know it's a threat?
Well, they often use signature matching for known attacks, but some also use anomaly detectors. These try to learn what normal network behavior looks like.
Establish a baseline.
Exactly. And then they flag anything that deviates significantly from that baseline as potentially suspicious. It's crucial for identifying core concepts in penetration testing, understanding what looks wrong.
Makes sense. Okay, so beyond these direct intrusion attempts, there's also the threat from, well, us users. Accidentally clicking bad links, falling for drive-by downloads.
The human element. Always a factor.
That's where web filtering comes in, right? Blocking bad websites. How important is that, really?
Oh, web filtering is incredibly effective. Often underestimated, actually.
Really?
Yeah. By blocking access to, uncategorized sites or sites known to be malicious, you proactively stop users from accidentally downloading malware.
Like Trojans.
Like Trojan codes, exactly those nasty programs that give attackers remote control. Or preventing users from accidentally joining a botnet.
Where their computer gets used for attacks.
Right. Their machine gets secretly conscripted to launch attacks on others. So web filtering directly combats that human element risk. It's a crucial barrier against phishing, social engineering, the stuff that often kicks off a breach. It's about recognizing user vulnerabilities and hardening against them.
Got it. Now, for bigger organizations, protecting the network isn't just about deploying these tools, is it? It takes constant watching, like a command center for digital defense.
Yeah, absolutely. The scale changes things.
What's the biggest challenge there in large-scale defense, and how do things like security operations centers, SOCs, handle it?
The ultimate challenge, honestly, it's the sheer volume of data, logs, alerts, events. It's a flood. And threats are constantly evolving, changing tactics.
So how do you keep up?
That's where the Security Operations Center, the SOC, comes in. It's a permanent, dedicated team. These people live and breathe security response.
What do they do day to day?
Damage assessment, risk remediation, handling legal consultations if needed, but mostly tirelessly monitoring. They're constantly looking for indicators of compromise, IOCs.
The breadcrumbs left by attackers.
Exactly, those digital breadcrumbs. Unusual login times, maybe lots of failed access attempts from a weird location, strange network traffic patterns. Spotting those faint signals in all the noise, it's critical for understanding security reporting best practices.
And how do they possibly sift through all that noise, that massive amount of data? They must need some powerful tools.
Oh, absolutely. That's where security information and event management tools, SIEM tools, come in.
SIEM. Heard that acronym a lot.
Yeah, SIEM tools are critical. Imagine thousands of devices, routers, firewalls, servers, workstations, IDS, web filters.
Everything generates logs.
Millions of log entries daily, maybe more. SIEM tools are designed to collect all that data, aggregate it, and then correlate it.
Correlate. Link things together.
Exactly. Link events from different systems together. So maybe a firewall alert combined with an unusual login attempt on a server and some weird outbound traffic. The SIEM can piece that together to spot an attack in progress that one tool alone might miss. It helps them find those subtle indicators of compromise. It's essential for performing like business intelligence evaluations on your security posture, getting that big picture view of threats.
Okay, powerful stuff. Finally, let's talk about one of the most, intriguing network protection systems, the honeypot.
Honeypots. Yeah, they're pretty cool.
It sounds like something straight out of a spy novel, catching the bad guys by setting a trap.
It's definitely a clever bit of deception. A honeypot is essentially a computer system that you deliberately make vulnerable.
Deliberately vulnerable?
Yep. You place it somewhere visible, maybe on the network perimeter, and you design it specifically to lure and trap hackers.
Okay, why?
Its main purpose isn't really to protect the main network directly. It's about observation, analysis, understanding attacker techniques. This is where you really get to interpret and compare hacking tools, seeing them used in the wild, so to speak.
So you're intentionally making something look like an easy target. That feels so counterintuitive for defense, like running a controlled experiment.
Precisely. It is counterintuitive, but that's the point. Admins set up honeypots to divert attackers' attention away from the real, valuable company network.
Bait and switch.
Kind of. The goal is to keep the attackers engaged with a honeypot long enough to trace them, if possible, but more importantly, to learn their methods.
Learn what they do?
Exactly. What tools are they using? What attack vectors are they trying? What are their tactics, techniques, and procedures? Their TTPs. For instance, a company might set up a honeypot that looks like a poorly secured web server.
Okay.
They might expect maybe some automated botnet scans hitting it, but instead they might observe a really sophisticated manual intrusion attempt, maybe using custom tools they haven't seen before.
So you get intelligence.
Invaluable threat intelligence, information you can then use to strengthen the defenses on your actual network. You know what real attackers are doing right now?
Yeah.
And there are commercial honeypots, open source ones. You can even create virtual honeypots pretty easily.
So it's about recognizing vulnerabilities by actually inviting attackers to exploit them, but in a safe, controlled space.
Exactly. It's a form of conducting penetration testing against yourself, purely to learn. Very powerful.
Wow. Okay, so we started today imagining that nightmare scenario, a company network completely compromised, data gone, reputation destroyed.
The worst case.
But now, hopefully, you have a much clearer picture of all the sophisticated layered defenses that stand between your valuable data and the people who want to exploit it.
It's a lot of layers.
From those traffic controlling routers and the ironclad firewalls, the castle walls, to the vigilant IDS and IPS systems acting like the network's immune system.
Yeah, and the command centers.
The strategic SOCs and the powerful SIEM tools giving that central command view. And even those deceptive honeypots designed to trap attackers and learn from them. Each one plays a really vital role in fortifying our digital frontier.
And understanding these systems, it's not just about passive protection. It's about predicting, analyzing, proactively defending. It's really about becoming that guardian in the digital realm, someone who truly gets how to secure vulnerabilities from every angle. It really prepares you for a successful career in IT and cybersecurity.
Absolutely. We really hope this deep dive has given you some incredible insights into this whole world of network protection systems.
Hope it was useful.
If you found value in our conversation today, please consider giving us a like. Maybe share it with your network or classmates.
Yeah, that helps others find it too.
And definitely subscribe. That way you won't miss our future explorations into these critical tech topics, stuff that could genuinely save your career down the line.
So, as you continue on your journey, whether it's in ethical hacking or network defense, keep asking yourself this question. How can I use a hacker's mindset, think like they do, to build even stronger, more resilient defenses?
Think like a hacker, act like a guardian.
Until next time, keep your systems strong.
And your ethics strong too.